So I know the title of this video sounds a little bit cheesy, but just bear with me, okay? I'm the librarian, and I came to read. Hey you guys, welcome to my first recent topic video. Now, as you all know, I have been revamping my Patreon. So the highest tier, those who sign up for the highest tier, they get to vote on, I present topics and they get to vote on which one they want to see. And at the very least, I'll do these videos every other week. So if you sign up to Patreon, you'll get a chance to vote on which of the topics you want me to discuss that particular week. It also happens with lower tiers and you get to vote on the topics that I'll write a blog on every week. It's really cool over there on Patreon. You need to go check it out. So my patrons over there, they had a chance to vote on the topic of this video, and this topic is not only treating yourself fairly, like do you treat yourself fairly, but how do you speak to yourself? And the catalyst for this topic was just, I don't know, I was randomly thinking one day about Wentworth Miller. And if you're not aware of who he is, he's a gay actor. He was in Prison Break for a very long time. He was one of the main characters. He's an actor that has had some pretty good work. So he was speaking at Oxford. I think he was doing like a Q&A at Oxford Union or something like that. He got to one answer. I don't know what specifically the question was, but he ended up saying, you know, if I talked to my friends how I used to speak to myself, I would have no friends. And I was like, whoa, that, I'm sure it's been said before or whatever, but the way that he said it, the way that, I don't know, I hadn't heard it from someone like that in that way, but it was so true. It's especially for at that point in my life, and also that's still something I'm working on, is just how you speak to yourself and how do you treat yourself? Because for me, sometimes I find myself giving mercy and grace to others who obviously need it. Everyone needs it. But then I'm not giving that same shit to myself. I'm not doing that to myself. Like if someone made a mistake, I'd be like, it's okay, baby, you got it, boo. And this is essentially what Wentworth Miller was saying in his Q&A thing. He was speaking there for a long time, but that answer really stuck out to me, you know? It was the same thing that he was saying. It's just like, if someone makes a mistake, I'm gonna be like, hey sis, like you good, you got it, we're gonna try again. You know what I mean, later. What do you need? Do you need help? Do you need a hug? You need to hold your hand? You need to just shut the fuck up? You know what I mean? What do you need? What help can I give to you? But then when I make a mistake, I'm always like, girl, of course, here your dumb ass go again. You know what I mean? Like, bitch, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen with your dumb ass, you know? And so if we had that same energy towards other people, they would not want to be around us. They would not want to be around us. They would not want to even speak to us. They would not want to be close to us. They would damn sure do not want a friendship with us. If every time they made a mistake or every time something happened or every time they're in crisis, you're just like, well, girl, get over it. Or, I mean, even when you ignore your own emotions. For example, if you were talking to your damn mama or somebody, your sister, whoever, someone that you care about, you talk to them and you acting like they aren't experiencing what they're experiencing, like they aren't angry or they should not be angry or they should not be sad. That's something that somebody would not be able to deal with. Like, you can't invalidate what the fuck I'm feeling. Yeah, we're gonna have to work through it so we can get to a solution. But since you can't invalidate my whole emotional experience, so why do we do that to ourselves? Why do we act like, oh, I'm mad right now, but I shouldn't be mad? Or why do we act like, oh, I'm sad right now, but I deserve to be sad? You wouldn't say that shit to anybody else, you know? And even now I'm thinking about like, wow, all these bad habits that I have, all these bad habits that I sink into, especially when situations seem extremely daunting, like I won't be able to get out of them. Or like I put myself in a situation, you know, like, oh, you're dumbass, you could have totally avoided that. Yeah, that's true, but girl, like, we have to live and learn, and that's it. So I don't know, that really stuck out to me what he said. It's just like, if I'm going to sit here and offer words of encouragement and kindness and peace and understanding and a listening ear to all these other people in my life, to all my friends in my life, why am I denying myself that? And so I think that's where not only do I have to start, that's where so many other people have to start. That's just a first step in the journey of feeling better. And it sounds corny but you have to think about it. You've been telling yourself, I'm trash, I'm garbage, I make so many mistakes, I'm not confident, I can't do it, for years and years and years. And you've been saying that nonstop. Every time that you did something, a mistake that probably people don't even fucking notice because they too worried about their damn lives. Every time you make a mistake, you're shitting on yourself constantly. So it's going to take even more of that same type of repetition, of that same type of talking to yourself to put your headspace in a different area. Instead of constantly telling yourself, oh girl, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, it's never gonna work out, oh, it's gonna fuck up, I always fuck it up. Tell yourself the opposite. And it sounds corny, and it still does to me sometimes. Like, it is a constant growing process I'm not sure I'm gonna ever complete. But so if you reverse the thinking, be like, well, I can do it. Maybe it will work out. Maybe, you know what I mean? I've done X, Y, and Z in the past, so what's another obstacle to me now that, you know, I've lived all of that I've lived? We haven't even begun to see what our fullest potential is. I sound like a motivational goddamn speaker, but I promise you, I'm speaking to the goddamn choir when I'm making this video. But I think that's why these type of videos are good, because it gets you to discuss certain things that you really, I don't know, like a lot of people kind of find weird discussing, but I think it's so important. And I think just by doing that, just by switching what you tell yourself, making it the opposite, saying I can do it, saying I will do it, saying I have done it already, saying mistakes are human, or I feel this right now and that's just how I feel and we will deal with it, saying that will get you further. And you have to do it because you've been telling yourself the opposite. You've been telling yourself shit, that you're shit for, you know, for how many years? So changing it is going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel like new terrain. It's going to feel unfamiliar, but it is in our best interest to familiarize ourselves with all that shit because we're going, I mean, it's such an unhealthy, toxic relationship to have with yourself, you know, because if you saw that dynamic with any other, you know, relationship, a person to another person, you would call it a toxic dynamic. But it doesn't make it any less toxic because it's happening within yourself, you know? And I think that is where we're gonna have to start when it comes to changing our thinking. So yeah, I think that I want to keep these videos short and sweet. I want to cut to the chase, hit some main points that we can discuss in the comments and everything, and move on. And like I said, you can sign up on patreon.com/AdrianExpression if you want to have your vote considered for the next topic that I'll be discussing. So let me know how you guys like the video, how you guys like the length of it, how you guys like it, just everything, just the process. Tell me what you think. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a good holiday, and I hope you also have a good goddamn evening.